What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the House Show. In today's episode, I'll be sharing with you what I've learned regarding this debt service ratio. If you have wondered how much the banks would actually borrow you to purchase this property, what is the ideal price? So how does the banks they do calculation based on your application? This DSR debt service ratio is actually used by the banks. Regarding what is actually a DSR, I'll talk more into depth of this DSR in today's video. There is a calculation of a DSR. The calculation of a DSR goes like that. Your monthly commitment plus with the amount of a mortgage that you're applying for, divided by the net income, which is after deducting your EPF, your SOCSO, everything, minus it out and get the net. Why do you actually have to calculate this DSR? It's because this DSR, it actually justify how much property does the bank will actually lend us with this amount of income that I have, the amount of loans that I need to pay every month, divided by my net income. That will be the DSR in terms of a percentage. If we were to reverse calculate using this DSR, we can actually calculate the property prices that we can afford. Meaning to say, if today I am earning 5,000, but I have commitment of 1,000, which is paying my car loans, and then now I can have at least 1,500 of a buffer for that monthly installment, which is paying to the banks. If I'm getting a property that the monthly installment is around 1,500, then probably I am going to get this loan approved by the banks. It's because the DSR that is used to calculate by the banks in terms of my income and my expenses, my monthly payments. It's so found out that if we are able to justify which price range of property that is within our affordability, that can actually act as a filter to us. Meaning to say, we do not spend our time shopping for something that we couldn't afford. Let's say today, I am sure that I can't afford to buy a 800,000 property. I only look for properties that is within 500,000. Anything above it, I don't look at all. I save my time, and then all the processes, it's smooth. We can actually kind of predict the result of the loan application. Loan application has been unapproved, denied. The process after it, all of the refunds would actually waste your time as well. However, all of the banks, they have different calculations for DSR. For example, if Bank A, if your income is less than 3,000, they will only take 80%. Every bank that set different income levels with different amount of a DSR. What do I want to share with you today? It's only to give you a better idea on this DSR. Every bank they actually calculated differently based on different income levels, and hence the difference of the percentage in DSR . Due to this pandemic, the banks now will actually consider sectors that they classify as high risk as well. Let's say if your DSR you have calculated just now, your DSR is all good, you are expecting these banks to approve your loan because you have calculated your own DSR. Unfortunately, the banks wouldn't approve your loans because they have actually classified your sector under a high risk sector due to this pandemic. Just to share with you a little bit more, if you are a fixed income earner or you are a commission based earner, both of it has their own advantages . For example, if today I am working as an account exec in one of the companies, then I'm considered as a fixed income earner. Some banks will actually prefer fixed income earner more, while some banks do not. If today I am a fixed income earner and I did then my application went to the banks who doesn't favor this fixed income earner, then my application most likely goes into the drain . The same case applies to commission-based earner. I'll give you a scenario here. For example, if today I am a commission-based earner, I earn 18,000 within 6 months. So what does the bank do is they will get the average of my 6-month income. Some of the banks, they only take 50% of it. Meaning to say, they only recognize me earning 1,500 per month instead of earning 3,000 per month. If I'm submitting my documents to the banks who is favoring this commission-based earner, some of the banks, they actually take up like 100% of it, which is I'm earning 3,000 per month. They don't cut off any percentage for this commission-based . Whatever it is, if you are a commission-based earner or you are a fixed salary earner, as long as you submit your documents to the banks which favors into you, then you have the edge lah. Let's say lah, if today you did your calculation, you are pretty confident that if this property is within 1,000 of this monthly installment, then probably 99.999% the banks will approve my loan, because my commitments, after including the mortgage that I'm applying, it's still within the DSR. As the time goes, the banks decline your application. What's the main reason of it? The reason being, your profile might be too clean. For example, you have never paid any credit card debts before, you have never paid any PTPTN loans, you have never paid any car loans as well. It's all of this payments behavior is what the banks is actually looking at. They would want to get some proof from the past in order to justify that in the future you will pay accordingly on time lah. Let's say today, if you are the banks, someone wants to borrow money from you, you will probably test their past record as well to check if they did their payments on time or not. That is what the banks are looking for. In order to overcome these problems, you have certain things you can do lah. So for example, you can apply for a credit card. If you have PTPTN loans, try to pay it on time lah. The credit card amount doesn't have to be like a big lump sum. What you have to do is just to use the credit card and then pay it on time. So yeah, I guess that's all for this episode. If you actually think that this video helps you, remember to like it, share it, and even subscribe to my channel. This is James Lau speaking here. Thank you for watching till the very end, and hopefully to see you again in the next episode. See you there.